Just let you know. All right, guys, listen, we're going to get started with today's meeting. A lot of you guys were in Miami, so you got to hear the presentation that I got to end things with on Saturday, talking about how you are the business. I know we got a lot of different roles on this call right now, everyone from instructors to program directors to assistants to owners. We got everybody on this call. But everybody, your role is important within the business. And the mindset that I would take on as the employee in the business that I was in is I would take on the mindset that I'm the difference maker in that business, right? That business does not succeed without me. Now, obviously that has its pros and cons. However, that's the mindset that I started to take on. And how do you take mental ownership as the employee to make sure and guarantee that that business has success? I guarantee nobody on this call wants your business to fail, obviously. Nobody wants that. You want it to succeed because when the business has success, you have success. When the business has success, you're making a more impact in your community. So obviously we all have that same goal that we want to make sure that we're having success within our schools and within our businesses. However, we need to make sure that we're taking that mental ownership. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So some of you guys, you've already seen and heard this presentation. Great. Take some more notes. Maybe you catch something that you didn't catch last time, or maybe that same thing pops out to you again. And that's the thing you need to start taking action on immediately. And then for those of you guys that weren't there, you haven't heard this before, you're going to get a lot of good stuff today. So let me get ready to share my screen with you guys here. Let's see. Make sure you guys have your mics muted as well, just to make sure it doesn't interrupt with the presentation. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen here. Give me a thumbs up if you can see that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm seeing some thumbs up. Love it. All right, guys, so we're going to get ready to hop in this. So we're going to talk about how you are the business and how do you take on the identity of the business. When people think martial arts, when people think getting their hair cut, when people think life insurance, whatever it is, whatever industry you're in, when people think personal training, fitness, do they think of you? Right? Are they just thinking of that logo, or is your name, your face synonymous with whatever that product is? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little exercise. So hopefully you guys have pen and paper. You're ready to write this down. I'm going to give you guys about 1 minute on this challenge. Again, some of you have already done this before. You're going to do it again. You got to resell yourself sometimes. So what I want you guys to do is first thing is going to be this. Make sure, there we go. So why the product? Why the company? Why you? You're going to take your sheet of paper. You're going to break it up into 3 columns there. Make sure you guys are doing it. And you got your cameras on so I can see you too. But why the product? Why the company? Why you? And let me break this down and make sure you guys understand. Under the why the product is whatever that service is that you guys are providing. So whether that's martial arts, whether that's cutting hair, whether that's life insurance, whether that's dance, soccer, whatever it is, the product. Why is that beneficial? Why should somebody buy your product? Under company, why should they work with your company? And I'm not just talking about, for those of you guys that are Premier Schools, I'm not just talking about Premier as an entire organization. I'm talking about even just you and your team right there in that school, in your community. Why should they work with your team? Why should they work with your company instead of going to Joe's martial arts school down the road? Why should they work with you? And then the last part is you as the individual. Why should they work with you? So why the product? Why the company? Why you? I'm actually going to give you guys time to write this down and write out your answers. And some of you guys are going to share this as well. So hopefully you're doing the exercise. So take about a minute here. Why the product? Whether that's martial arts, whether that's dance, whatever your product, whatever your service is, why the company, why your team specifically, right? What's the difference between the company down the street and yours? And why you? What do you specifically bring to the table that makes you different from everybody else? Take about 20 more seconds on this. I know you're not going to get the full list done in that amount of time, but at least it gives you a starting point. And then you continue this exercise. Every time you start to get in the moment where you start to kind of feel down a little bit, or you start losing motivation, or you start losing clarity, right? This is a great exercise to get you realigned again and refocused on what it is you're doing. So why the product? Why the company? Why you? Let's start with why the product, guys. You know how I am. I love things to be interactive. So raise your hand, unmute yourself. Somebody tell me why your product. So you're going to tell everybody what your product is. How is your product specifically beneficial to people? Go ahead and raise your hand, or I'll pick on you myself. Somebody tell me why the product. Let's go to Alex Cooney. I see you, man. Go ahead and tell me why the product. Your product is martial arts, right? So why should somebody do martial arts?
They develop lifelong learning skills.
I love it. I love it. Give me another thing. Why martial arts? Why not go do soccer?
From me?
Alex, you still there? Yep. I want you to give me one more.
Well, the long-term health benefits from it, the exercise and the discipline.
Good. So let's go to why the company, right? So why your team? Paxton, tell me why your team, why your company, why should they work with you guys?
It's affordable, it's personalized to exactly what your needs are met, and we also offer nutrition guidelines.
All right, I love that. I love that. Sarah, what about you? Why your company? Why should they work with your team?
Because we focus on building those lifelong skills instead of just kind of kicking and punching. We focus on the mental benefits.
Focus on the mental benefits. Okay. Now, guys, the more specific you guys can get with these, the better, right? Because now it's going to start to make this a lot more clear for you, which is going to make it more clear in your messaging to other people, and it's going to make it more clear in your delivery to other people as well. So let's go to why you specifically, not your company, not your product. Why should I pay to work with you, John, over in Dunville? By the way, did you guys get my pizza yesterday?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Was it good?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Just what I needed. I'm a dedicated hard worker, and I never give up on any student.
I love that. That's a big one. That's great. I love that. Awesome. Let's go to Frank. Why should somebody work with you, Frank? Why should I work with the guy next to you? Why you?
So we're strong on our follow-up. We're focused on our end goals, and we're determined for our success.
But I'm talking about you as an individual.
Yeah, same thing. I'm focused on my follow-up, make sure that we're always following up with all of our students. And I'm determined on the success of all of my students.
Okay. Let's go to Mr. Dwight. I see you, man. Why should I work with you as an individual? Why you personally?
My buttload of experience. I fought professionally. I know what I'm talking about, and I have a high level of empathy when it comes to talking to the kids and understanding what they're going through in the moment.
I love that. Awesome.
Lars.
And then I think that's Israel up there. I see your hand up. Why should I work with you?
So why reason you should work with me? I'm experienced in bodybuilding myself. I've done plenty of shows. Well, first show last year. So working with me, I could help you achieve your personal goals, whether it's to gain strength or lose weight or just be better for yourself in daily life.
Good. Nice. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. So guys, listen, we've got those three categories there. The number one sell you need to make is to yourself, right? So why are you how committed are you to your product? How sold are you on what you and what your team provide, what you bring to the table? This is something you got to resell yourself on every single day. You're going to have something every day that's going to chip away at your confidence in either yourself or your team, or the benefits of your service or your product or whatever it is. Something's going to chip away at that every single day. You've got to resell yourself on what you're doing, on what your mission is, why it's important, and how it's going to be beneficial and how it's going to provide value to other people. So doing this exercise, I would recommend making this a regular task for you and your team. So that way everybody's aligned with what it is that you guys bring to the table that makes you different from anybody else. But the biggest key factor in all these three things, from the product to the company to you, you're the difference maker, okay? And you've got to work on making yourself irreplaceable. And what do I mean by making yourself irreplaceable is you've got to literally take mental ownership, as if If you own the business, how would you go all in to service your people? You guys have heard Aaron talk about this, right? Businesses exist not to make money, but to serve others, to serve people. So how are you as the difference maker going above and beyond to not just service the people that are there in your building that have already trusted you, but how are you serving even the rest of your community, right? How are you providing value to other people? Or are you thinking of this as a clock in, clock out, let me just get a paycheck kind of a thing, and you're not chasing after something bigger? Eventually that's going to burn you out. You've got to be chasing after something that's way bigger than that. For those of you guys that are in Miami, you heard me talk about my mission. My mission is I'm going to impact 1 million kids in the world. I might not be able to connect with 1 million of those kids on my own. So what do? I work with you guys that have influence over others. And as I continue to get better, as I'm continuing to help you guys get better and add more value to you, that influence is going to spread into those kids. That's how I reach 1 million. Okay. So what is your mission? What is it that you guys are chasing after that's so big and scary even that you wake up every day with just this hustle and this passion to go take action? So you guys are the difference maker in that company. You're the difference maker when it comes to your product, and you need to be the difference maker in your community. So let's talk about 5 steps of how you guys become irreplaceable in your business. And the reason I took on this topic is because I remember back when I was a junior or senior in high school, I remember going to my very first premier training event with a bunch of other instructors, program directors, owners, all this stuff. And I remember just my eyes being wide open to the possibilities that there are for me to be able to have success in the martial arts industry. And I remember as I was coming back, this was in Houston, Texas, this event. I remember as we were at the airport getting ready to come back, I remember having a conversation with Mr. Hensley, and we were talking about some things. And I remember this one piece of advice he gave me. He told me that my job is to make myself irreplaceable. Be so good and evolve and become better and stronger as a person, become so good that nobody can replace me. His job is to always be looking for that better version, that better person to continue to provide the best for our clients. Not saying that he wants to get rid of me. He's hoping that I evolve into the person that I need to be, so that way I can continue to grow alongside him. But I remember that advice from being a junior or senior in high school. And like literally, I think about that almost every day. I remember that conversation, and it's carried me throughout my career. So that's why I want to talk about this with you guys, because I feel like every single one of you guys, obviously you love what you do. You care about other people. You want to be able to help other people, but we've got to make sure that we're elevating ourselves so that way we can provide more to the people that have trusted us and our guidance and our influence. So 5 steps to become irreplaceable. We're going to go fast. So hopefully you guys take notes fast. Number 1, you need to upgrade your mindset. Stop thinking so small. Stop thinking so small. Can't tell you how many people I talk to. They're focused on just their little 50 students in their school, and they're not even, their mindset, they don't even have the capacity to think about how could they impact their community of 5,000. They're thinking about 50. And yes, we want to care about those 50, but how can I reach 5,000? And even that's too small. How do you set a mission and a target to impact 1 million people? And that might still be even too small. So upgrade your mindset, elevate your thinking to what opportunities there are out there for you guys. Okay. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about your influence. Okay. I'm talking about those things that you can provide for yourself, for your family, for your friends. So upgrade your mindset. You have a fixed mindset and you've got the growth mindset. Fixed mindset, we prefer the familiar, right? We're creatures of habit. We love comfort. Okay. We see challenges as obstacles. So every time you have a challenge that you're faced with, instead of tackling that challenge head on, you push away from it. You see it as an obstacle. You see it as a barrier, something that's keeping you from where you want to be, not something that's going to help you grow and elevate to where you want to be. You don't adapt, right? You fear that change, fear judgment, care about what other people think too much, and attribute success to luck. You think the people that have success, they just got lucky. Oh, they were just born in the right family, right? Or, oh, that's daddy's money, right? Dude, all of us have the potential to have success. But are you willing to put in the work to get there? Versus the growth mindset. You believe the business can and should grow faster. I was on a call with some of you guys this week, earlier this week. And we were talking about how do we take a 5-year plan and condense it down to 3 years? How do we take that 3-year plan, condense it down to 1 year? How do we take that 1-year plan and make it happen in 5 months? How do we make the business grow faster? But do we actually believe it can do that? You embrace challenges as problems to solve. You're evaluating activities with evolving scale, scope, and complexity. You're persistent and resilient, and you don't fear the failure and believe success is earned. So that's the difference between your fixed and your growth mindset. So opportunities to or upgrade your mindset. First, you got to seek opportunities for growth. Where are the areas that you can grow in? What are our weaknesses right now that we can build to become a strength for us so that way we continue to get better? You guys should be writing your goals down every single day. How many guys actually do write your goals down every day? Put your hands up. How many write your goals every single day? Every day you write them down. See, I see some hands down right now. So how serious are those goals to you? How serious are those goals really to you if you're not willing to write them down every single day? Every day you should write them down. If you can't do it every day, if you can't do it once a day, then do it twice a day. Okay, build a habit, build a discipline of writing your goals and reminding yourself of what you're working towards. And then you look for the opportunities that help you get to where you want to be. Challenge yourself to dream bigger. Challenge yourself to do that. Do things that are going to purposely push you outside of your comfort zone a little bit, right? I'll literally have moments where on a Sunday, I'll go to one of the malls here. It's one of the more higher end malls. And I'll walk into stores that I know I can't afford anything in there. But at least it gets me dreaming a little bit bigger. At least it gets me realizing what opportunities are out there, what I could chase after. Because just because I can't afford it right now doesn't mean I won't be able to afford it in the future. It gets me out of that small mindset. I come from a small town, right? I go back to visit and I realize how small everything was there. Nobody knows where North Augusta, South Carolina is. Every time I mention North Augusta, everybody thinks of Augusta, Georgia because of the Masters. Nobody knows where my little small town is. And when I go back and visit, I realize how many people there have that small mindset. But man, going and seeing things that I can't afford right now, going and test driving that car that you really like, okay? Whatever it is for you, challenge yourself to dream at a bigger scale. What are the limits of your potential? I'm going to tell you, your only limitation is you. You are your own limitation. So the reason you're not where you want to be right now is because of you. It's not anybody else's fault. It's because of you. Take responsibility for it, make a change, and start putting in the work to get to where you want to be. Success is your duty. Who are the people that benefit from you becoming successful? Whether that's your family, some of you guys have a spouse, you have kids. Maybe you're trying to change your family tree, trying to change the legacy for the rest of your family. Maybe it's your friends, right? Who could benefit from you having success? And then what is your definition of success? Write down that question. What is your definition of success? And then what I want you guys to do is after this call, I want you to write down your definition of success. So keep that question there, put a star by it. But after the call, I want you to actually answer that question. What is success to you? Because it's going to be different for everybody on this call. So what is your definition of success? Told you guys we're moving fast. Number 2, take full responsibility. Take full responsibility. I love this slide. This one makes me laugh. I don't know why. So we all know that one person. Shoot, some of you might work with that person. Have that's not my job kind of an attitude. It might be you. Oh, go and clean the bathrooms. That's not my job. Guys, everything is your job. When you take full ownership, you take mental ownership, full responsibility, everything is your job. Because you know that everything that gets done is going to add to the success of that business, right? So if I got to go clean the bathrooms to make sure that the bathrooms are actually clean, if I've got to do it, technically that might be somebody else's job, but if I have to do it, I'm going to go do it. Because it doesn't matter really whose job it is, it just needs to get done. As long as it gets done, that's what matters, no matter who has to do it. You see trash on the floor, pick it up, okay? We're trying to provide the best for our customers. Some of you guys are charging $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 for your memberships, but you don't even clean your bathrooms every day. You're charging these high ticket prices, but you leave trash on the floor. Your school is junky and dirty in between classes because nobody's resetting the bags. or your mirrors aren't clean, or the windows aren't clean, right? You're letting these little things slip, but you're charging this high ticket price, but we're not providing the exceeding that in value. So if it needs to get done, get it done. So success or failure, it's your responsibility. Success or failure, it is your responsibility. And make the commitment to stop making excuses for your shortcomings, okay? Accountability is key. First, you got to be accountable to yourself. That's the one person you can't lie to. You can't lie to yourself. So be accountable to you first. If you need accountability, if you need help, get it. Whether that's a friend, whether that's your coworker, whether that's your boss, whether that's us, your coaches, whoever you need accountability from to make sure that you stay on track, get it. Don't be afraid of it. Welcome it. Targets are meant to be hit. And then that last one at the bottom, if no one taught you how to do your job, I love that. Heard it off of a podcast with this guy named Jesse Itzler. He was having an interview with Ed Milet, and he mentioned this. If no one taught you how to do your job, how would you do it? There was no playbook. There was no script. You just had to go out there and take action. What would you do? How would you do it? We all know we're in the people business, so it starts with servicing our people. How do we go above and beyond to provide the absolute best for the people that have trusted us? Number 3, you got to invest in yourself. Okay, that's the number one investment to make. So the first business asset you should invest in is you. Invest in yourself. Trust me, you can afford it. Does not just mean money. Okay, it might be reading a book. It might be investing in your own training, so that way you elevate your skill set. A lot of you guys are doing these master classes with Reed. Great job. Congratulations to you. Some of you guys are doing Cardone University and you're getting the sales training that you need, no matter whether you're the program director or whether you're the instructor or whether you're the owner. You guys are taking that step to invest in your knowledge in that area. So you guys need to make sure you're investing into you. The more you pour into you, the more you can pour into others. Okay. And then that's the next step, is how do you take that knowledge that you're learning? How do you start teaching that to your students? So be in a constant pursuit of growth daily. Every day you should look for an opportunity to grow. We talked about earlier with upgrading your mindset, right? You should strive for that 1% improvement every single day. Don't think you got to take on all these tasks at one time. Okay, 1% improvement every day. That's the goal. And the more knowledge, experience, and skill you possess, the more valuable you become to others. So the more you're elevating yourself, the more valuable you become, the more you can bring to the table. You start adding that to that list of why you versus the person down the street, because you're constantly growing and improving and elevating yourself. It doesn't matter what you've done. What matters is what you're doing. You stop learning and growing, how are you going to be a hypocrite and tell somebody else they need to keep learning and growing? But you've stopped investing in yourself. So make sure you're elevating. Take a picture of that. Don't dare try to write any of that down, okay? Because I'm going to move through that one fast. 36 ways to invest in yourself. I'll give you like 10 seconds to take a picture before I move on. You got a bunch of different things there. Eating healthy, spend money. This is for you guys that say, I don't know how to invest in myself. I don't have the money to do it. Boom, there you go, right there. Do it. Okay, pick one thing. Start today. Don't wait. Start it today. 2 seconds. 1, hopefully you got it. At the end, I'll have a way for you to contact me if you need it. Get attention, guys. Money follows attention. Money follows attention. Get known in your community. When people think martial arts, they need to think of Moses. Right, Moses? Not the Moses you guys are thinking about. I'm talking about the Moses on the call. So I saw some raised eyebrows there. Okay. When they think of martial arts, they need to think of you. Okay, so how do you get attention? Get excited about your mission. Tell the world about it. Some of you guys are doing a great job of that. I think it was Mr. Anthony over in Vegas. I remember him taking a video of him at his school, just talking about all the things that he's been learning, and he's posting it on his social media. Has nothing to do with martial arts. He's just telling people the knowledge that he's gaining as a person, right? Read, if you guys watch Reed, he does this a lot where he's posting about what he's reading, this kind of stuff. He does a great job of that. Get excited about your mission. Tell the world about it. Okay, scream it from the rooftop. Stop hiding it. Stop being so selfish. Okay, don't hide your knowledge from other people. Share it with the world. We need more positivity out there. We need more positive role models out there. We need people that are there to help other people. So tell the world about what you guys are doing. Okay, I see this happen with martial artists a lot. We get so weird about showing our success that we're having, whether it's financially or this or that, or we get kind of weird about talking about what we're doing inside our schools. Guys, you should be screaming that stuff from the rooftop, encouraging people to come be a part of the mission with you. So that way you can continue to help more. Become obsessed with breaking out of obscurity. Your number one issue is nobody knows who you are. So break out of obscurity, get known in your community, get known in your space, get known in your field, in your industry. Get people to know who you are. Become the expert in your space. When I think martial arts, I think of you. When I think getting my hair cut, I think of you. When I think gymnastics, I think of you. Because you go above and beyond to get known. And who do you know? That one goes to this thing I call the powerless of power. Who are those top people in your community that already have the influence that you can utilize, that you can partner with, that you can collaborate with to help grow and expand that influence even more? And your goal is omnipresence. Get as many people to know you as possible. The state of being widespread and constantly encountered, whether that's through social media, doing events out in your community, stuff within your school. Get known. Every time people look, they should see you. Number 5, take massive action. Average is a failing formula. Hopefully nobody on this call wants to settle for average. I hope. And if you do, you're probably on the wrong team. Okay. Average is not what we're chasing after, guys. So take massive, 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 massive. I can't say it enough. Massive action. There's 4 degrees of action. Either do nothing, retreat, which I think those are actually the same too. Okay, doing nothing, retreat. Normal levels of action, that's the most dangerous. That's when you think you're doing something, but you're really not doing anything. You're doing the same thing every single day, expecting a different result. Wait, what's that? What's that called? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. What's that? What is that?
Insanity.
Oh, that's insanity. Dang. So you take normal levels of action, you're insane, man. Take massive levels of action, guys. Whatever amount of action you think you need to take to get a task accomplished, multiply that by 10. Take those levels of action and see what happens. Watch how things start to shift. Stay busy, productive. So don't just stay busy just to fill up the calendar, but you're not really doing anything that's going to move the needle. Okay, stay busy, but be productive. Run from task to task, get it done. Keep that momentum. Once you get the momentum, keep it rolling, keep it going. And be relentless. I love that word, be relentless. Okay, for my instructors on the floor, be relentless in your pursuit of growth. Be relentless in your pursuit of growing other people on the floor and helping your students become the best version of themselves. For our program directors, for our salespeople, be relentless. Understand and know that if you don't sign that person up, you're doing them a disservice. You're here to help people. Why are you letting them walk out your door and they don't enroll as a student? They had the interest to come in and see you. Don't let money be the barrier from them being able to change their life. Like, that's how passionate, hopefully you guys can feel the passion. That's how passionate you guys got to be about this. You're letting opportunity walk out the door, and that could have been an opportunity you could have changed and saved somebody's life. Instructor, you notice that student struggling on the floor, and instead of helping them, encourage them, going above and beyond to show them that you care, you're allowing them to stay in the same rut, and they eventually quit on you because you didn't really go all in and pour into them. So be relentless. Go all in. Take massive levels of action because your mission is so big that it would be unethical for you to not go all in. Your mission's so big, it's unethical for you to not go all in on that mission and do whatever it takes. Okay. And then the last step, a bonus step. It's not a slide here. I shared this in Miami. Bonus step kind of contradicts everything I just said. We're talking about being irreplaceable, but the 6th step is build your replacement. Who's going to take over for you? Because you're not going to do it forever. Who can you pour so much value in? I guarantee you probably have somebody right there in your business right now that could be the next you if you really took the time to pour into them. Okay, so build up that next person, because if you do that, guess what? Now you elevate to a next level. Now you can have more influence, right? If I was just the instructor on the floor, even right now, that's all I do is teach class, then my influence is going to be limited. But now that I can teach and I can coach guys like you and help your influence, right? And build other people up to be able to take on the roles that I have. It gives me the ability to go chase after that bigger mission. It gives me the ability to be able to grow my influence more, to reach for all those new opportunities. So who are you guys building up to be your replacement? So that way you can take that next level up to start having more influence. Can't do that if you're thinking small. Got to think bigger. And then obviously you got my phone number there if you need it. Guys, look, all of our coaches, we're here to help you guys in every single way that we can. Some of you guys call me every week, text me every week, and we're talking about things that we can overcome and work through together. Okay. We're here to help you guys. We want you guys to have success. That's the thing, is we want every single person on this call to have success. But you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't execute, it does nothing. And we need accountability, myself included. So make sure you're utilizing us so that way we can help you guys get those levels of success that we know and you know that you're truly capable of. Okay. Any questions on anything that I went over today? I know we went rapid fire through that. In Miami, we had an hour and a half to go through all that. I just had to like break it into 30 minutes for you guys. So we went through everything super quick there. But look, you guys are in a prime position to have a true impact in your community and the lives of other people. I can't say this enough. You should literally think it's unethical to not sign somebody up, not because of the money, but because you know that you're going to go all in on these people to provide them the best and to truly help them, that if they go anywhere else, like it's the worst decision they could have made. Like, that's how sold you got to be on your mission. For those of you guys that are martial artists on the call, you know how martial arts and how black belt changed your life. Think about if you didn't have that, where would you be right now? Scares me to think about where I'd be. Okay. That's what you guys are going to provide for people. So how sold are you on your mission? Here's the one I struggle with a lot. How sold are you on you? Remember, you're the one person that you can't lie to. So you're teaching discipline, but you know there's areas of your life you're not disciplined. Guess what? It's going to affect how you it's going to affect how you sell to other people. It's going to affect how you talk to other people about what you do. Because you know deep down that you're struggling somewhere and you haven't taken the right steps necessary to get it fixed. So how sold are you on yourself? And this is for everybody on this call, owners to instructors, to salespeople, to assistants, to janitors, everybody. You guys got to be so sold on your mission and what you're chasing after that it would, like, seriously, it's unethical for people not to do business with you because you're going to help people that much. Hopefully you guys are chasing a mission big enough. Here's an action step for you guys. I told you need to get known. You need to get more people to know about what you guys are doing. So write down, what is your mission? Write down that big mission. Write it, like right now, write it down. What's your big mission? I told you guys mine. I'm going to impact 1 million kids. The only way I'm going to do it is through you. So what's your big mission? What are you chasing after that's so big? So write that down. But here's the next step. Some of you guys are going to do it. Some of you won't. I know. Yeah, that's how these work. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Today, make it public. Tell people what you're chasing after. If it's really that big and you're not scared of it, you're not scared of letting other people know, and it's really that important to you, make it public today. Share it with your students. Share it on your own personal social media. Share it somewhere. And I do this all the time. When I give you guys a challenge like this, I start going through social and I start searching to see who did it. Because that tells me who's really sold on what they're doing. I'm not doing this as some publicity stunt for me. I'm doing this so that way you guys can actually reach that mission. Because if people don't know what you're doing, how can they help you? How are you going to get there if nobody knows? Because you're not going to do it by yourself. I can't reach 1 million kids by myself. I need you guys. That's why I'm sharing it publicly with you. So get that mission, share it with people. Let people know what you're chasing after in life. Okay. Questions? No? Everybody's silent? Damn, that must mean I did a good job. Hey, listen, guys, seriously, we're in a prime position to make an impact. Go all in on it every single day. You guys are rock stars. You're the best. We're going to continue to push forward. We're going to continue to have success. Look at this whole network of people that you have right here that can help you, that can hold you accountable. That's what this team is for. You guys need people that are going to help you elevate, not people that are going to bring you down to the average levels. Okay. You are too damn good at what you do, and you care too much to allow people to pull you down to average. Okay. You're too good. You care too much to not have success. But you got to believe that, and then you got to go all in on it every day. All right. I know I went a little bit over in time, but thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your attention. Hopefully you got some good notes down. Get out there, go dominate, go take massive levels of action, and continue to make an impact for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your students, for your community, and for the world. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cam.